Just letting you guys know you can listen to my No Bleeps podcast anywhere you stream podcasts or on my No Bleeps YouTube channel. Link in the description. Hey guys, it's Billy and welcome back to Sesh. Today we are talking about how Ethan Klein is calling out Trisha's lies on TikTok and how other social media users, especially on TikTok, are piecing together old videos. Left and right, people are putting the clips together of how Trisha's defense is not currently working for them, and people will not excuse Trisha going on Keemstar's recent podcast. Now, before we get into anything, I want to let you guys know that today's video is sponsored by HelloFresh. HelloFresh is so amazing, you guys. I'm sure you've heard of them before. I love them and have been ordering from them over the years. This week, I picked out a tortellini bake, a crispy chickpea tupuli bowl, and a barbecue pineapple flatbread. I clearly decided to go with the tortellini this night, and it was so freaking bomb, you guys. It was beyond easy and quick to make. The instructions were super easy to follow. The box came with literally everything that I needed. With HelloFresh, produce gets to you faster than at a grocery store, and HelloFresh makes it so easy and convenient. Everything comes straight to your door. All the ingredients, everything is already pre-portioned, so there's no food waste. The packaging HelloFresh uses is almost entirely made from recyclable and or already recycled content. HelloFresh's carbon footprint is 25% lower than that of meals made from store-bought groceries. And you guys, these recipes are so straightforward, super easy and quick. You can have dinner on the table in just about 30 minutes or even 20 minutes with their quick and easy options. HelloFresh offers 50 menu and market items each week, including ready-to-eat salads, sandwiches, and soups. You can save up to 30% by using HelloFresh versus grocery store shopping. I literally love how every single week is something different, and there's so many delicious options. They really do cater to different lifestyles. I'm pescatarian, and I went with the all-veggie option this time, but they do have a pescatarian option as well as a low-cal, carb smart. They have more 5-star recipes than any other meal kit, so you know you'll get something delicious every single time. And I'm just not kidding you guys when I'm watching this video now, just wishing I was eating it again because it was that good, and I am not lying to you guys. It is so easy to sign up. Just go to HelloFresh.com and use my code SPILLSESH14 to get 14 free meals plus free shipping. Once again, SPILLSESH14 to get 14 meals free plus free shipping. Everything will also be in the description box below. Definitely go sign up, you guys, and let's get into the tea. All right, guys, there's a Gabby lie, the Shane Jeffrey lie, a Tana lie. Let's start with the Gabby Hanna lie. Trisha, as we all know, does not get along with Gabby Hanna, and they do not have a good past at all. Gabby has come at Trisha, Trisha has come at Gabby. It's been made very clear that these two are on very bad terms. Trisha, in a recent attempt to justify going on Keemstar's podcast, swears that if Ethan had Gabby on the podcast, they would not care. Trisha claims podcasts are business, a simple discussion, and says, I went on Gabby's podcast. I would go on David's podcast. Like, this is literally how Trisha is defending going on Mom's Basement by saying things that a lot of people in the comments just cannot believe. Everybody has been saying how there is just no possible way Ethan could ever have Gabby on the podcast or go on Gabby's podcast and it not emotionally wreck Trisha. Ethan revealed that he was even presented with the opportunity in a tweet yesterday that read, Gabby Hanna messaged me immediately after Frenemies broke up, trying to get on the podcast. I knew it would be an interesting show with lots of views to be had, but I didn't even respond to her and still haven't. Some things you just don't do. I would never do that to Trisha. On TikTok, Trisha replied to this tweet by saying, you should have her on. If you think there's some benefit to it, truly. I've always encouraged you to talk to people. Now that I'm not there, it's a good time. And posted a video saying, if you want Gabby on and you think that you can have a discussion with her, do it.
If you truly find Gabby interesting and you think there's a discussion to be had and you can bring something out of her, by all means do it. I went on her podcast just a few months prior to Frenemies ending, trying to figure her out.
So many people are pointing out that there's just no way Trisha would be okay with this had it actually happened. And they're just trying to soften the blow from going on Keemstar's podcast since he's Ethan's enemy. And the proof, you guys, is literally on Trisha's channel. In the video Trisha posted a month ago titled "We filmed a new Frenemies this week, but it won't air," this was the video that Trisha posted basically explaining that they had filmed a final Frenemies episode after their big fight, but Ethan didn't want to post the episode. And Trisha posted this mukbang of them talking about what it was like filming this final episode. And in this video, Trisha says that Ethan brought to their attention a potential situation that could have possibly happened, but didn't. He told Trisha he would never do that to them. And Trisha said it would have devastated them had this particular situation happen. And it meant a lot to Trisha that he didn't actually go through with this. And people felt this was definitely Trisha talking about Gabby texting Ethan about going on Frenemies, since him and Trisha had a falling out.
We are family, so it's never really gonna end. He did show me something. I'm not gonna tell him say what it was, because I don't want to put this on blast, but he did show me something that, and he's like, I would never do that to you. He showed me something that could have happened that didn't. And oh, this person's right here.
Fine.
Do you know what I'm talking about? When he showed me that thing, and he's like, oh, maybe you don't know, but he showed me something that would have devastated me, really hurt me. And he's like, I would never do that to you. Anyways, it just made me laugh that he didn't.
It's just so crazy to see how Trisha is so okay with this happening now, since they've done the same to Ethan, collabed with an enemy. Something they said that they would have been devastated over. Trisha's trying to defend as just them working, doing what they always do, going on podcasts to stay relevant. I would like to have seen Ethan try and use that excuse for having Gabby on and see how that would have gone over, because I really don't believe that Trisha truly was out here encouraging him to talk to people, and that it would have been a really good time, and that he really should do this because it's beneficial, when the first response to this was literally they would have been devastated. So it doesn't make sense. Ethan then clocks another lie on TikTok where he stitched reacting to a compilation of Trisha videos. Trisha says in this one clip found from a Frenemies episode that the podcast episode that included Jeffree on the sip really hurt them.
He knew about this, and publicly having him on the podcast for views, for podcast to have 300,000 views, you couldn't delete the last one, Jeffree. I told him the podcast thing was a big issue for me a lot. Take dumb podcast down.
Yet in TikToks made yesterday evening, Trisha is trying to act like they were hurt but never said anything about it.
Because I'm my own person. When Shane and Rylan stayed friends with Jeffree and platformed him on their podcast, was I hurt? Yeah. We're not in a cult. They can be friends with whoever they want.
And even in Trisha's video that was posted yesterday, Trisha kept saying, I was hurt, but I never said anything about it because it's their podcast and we're not in a cult. I can't force people to not hang out with other people.
I was mad about it. Did I say anything? No, I'm not saying anything. I'm not in a cult.
Yet at the time, Trisha was extremely vocal about wanting this particular podcast episode deleted and how disrespected they felt by Shane and Rylan for platforming Jeffree. Trisha literally says in the clip, I told him the podcast was a big issue for me. This is wild. And I'm sure it's so frustrating for everyone involved. I'm sure it's frustrating for Ethan, frustrating for Hila, frustrating for Moses. This whole thing is frustrating to just process for the fans. Imagine being in the family, because Trisha's out here originally saying, hey, this really would have hurt me if you had collabed with Gabby. And then on the next hand is well, I collabed with your enemy. I never would have cared if you collabed with mine. What? This is just... It's so frustrating, you guys. It's the biggest headache ever. Now, one thing that Trisha is constantly bringing up in this current argument right now is that they do not forgive Ethan. They're still really upset with Ethan. They have a lot of resentment for Ethan for not airing the final Frenemies episode that they recorded after their big fight. And this is because Trisha says in that particular episode that they recorded, Ethan apologized to Trisha and said that there were a lot of misunderstandings and there were things that he did that he shouldn't have done. And apparently in this episode, Ethan admitted those wrongs, and Trisha is so upset that this was never made public and that their name was never cleared But you guys, this is something that has been sitting on my mind because I'm like, I swear in the video Ethan made right after Frenemies ended, he literally does say, that was my bad. And does say that Trisha did not say verbatim that they wanted the crew fired, but said things that alluded to it.
I misunderstood the situation. I told Trisha that people were upset that she didn't like the segment, okay? I take the blame for that. The reason they were upset that I misunderstood is because she said she wanted to fire them all. They were always willing to do their job, period. They have done nothing wrong. Trisha never explicitly said, I want to fire the crew, right? So did she say, I want you to fire the crew? No, but like you said everything. You did say that without explicitly saying, I want to fire the crew.
And in that final episode of Frenemies, and this is my resentment for him that I'm going to hang on forever until like he can acknowledge that he misspoke, lying, saying I wanted this whole crew fired about the money. There's no, as far as I'm concerned, there's no loyalty.
So Trisha is literally under the impression that the only time Ethan ever said I messed up about something was in this final Frenemies episode, when in reality, he literally did that 2 months ago. And the next thing discussed is the relationship between Keemstar and Ethan. Obviously, if you guys watch H3 for like a second, you would know that him and Keem have this long history of not liking each other. They've constantly gone back and forth. They are public enemies. People are aware of it. And Trisha claimed they never got into it and talked to Ethan about Keemstar. But Ethan literally stitched a TikTok with multiple clips that had Trisha there next to Ethan, hearing him talk about some of the reasons why they don't support Keemstar. And Trisha was even listening to some of the things that Keemstar was saying and reacting and saying that Keemstar does not deserve a platform, all of this stuff. Yet Trisha's going on his platform to have a discussion.
I think Ethan and Keemstar should have a discussion, even if the hate is real or not. I don't know. I've never got into it with Ethan. We never talked about it on a personal level.
You dislike him for real.
He's probably the only person in the world that I really dislike. Because I think he's just a really toxic force on YouTube, and he causes a lot of grief in people's life that otherwise shouldn't have to deal with. Keemstar made Hila cry once. Hila tried to talk to him, and he made her cry. He was so rude.
I don't think any other channel should be banned off YouTube except for literally Keemstar.
Which is just so crazy to a lot of people. Now, lastly, I'll bring up a video that I've been seeing go around that is just the clearest form of things not lining up. And this has to do with when Trisha went on Tana Mojo's canceled podcast. And in this particular episode, Tana was talking about how Trisha has called her out for face tuning pictures. And Tana wasn't even upset about it. Tana was not mad about it at all. Tana was basically praising Trisha for being so real and so honest and calling people out when they deserve to be called out, and not upset, not trying to cause beef at all. But Trisha was very quick to defend themselves by saying, I never did that. Ethan did that, not me, claiming that they never called out Tana for editing photos or anything like that. That was all Ethan calling Tana out, saying that she looks like a different person on her Instagram.
There's so many times where people think that we like hate each other or whatever. And I'm like, no, dude, Trish is just brutally honest. And if someone's doing some whack, she's gonna call them out. And there are times that Trisha's called me out, like face tuning, creating a false beauty standard.
I did not call you out for that. I defended you. Ethan did. No, oh my God, never.
No, but
I saw she did something. People were calling out for photoshopping over the weekend. And you know what? Can I just say, I mean, she really does overdo it, because I did see the side by side from this weekend. It's unrecognizable. Even like her face, she just changed her whole face. Here it is. But like, that is like not even her. Like I was so shocked. But it's like a different profile, like different everything. It does get a little crazy. No, oh my God, never.
no, but I'm.
Well, the receipts say otherwise, and it's not looking good for Trisha. The crazy thing to me is that Trisha keeps trying to justify why they went on Keemstar's podcast, justify past things, and literally yesterday we talked about it in the video that they made, literally said that they are a hypocrite.
I admit I'm a hypocrite.
I just, like, how could that be included in your argument? I have so many questions about so many things, because it's just so clear. Like, Trisha is reacting to everything that Ethan is posting on TikTok. Like, Trisha has seen every single thing that Ethan has posted, but has not reacted to any of the videos that Ethan has done where he stitched Trisha saying one thing and then saying another thing. Like, I want to know what Trisha is feeling when they see those videos, because I know Trisha is on Ethan's TikTok and they are seeing what we are seeing. And I just want to know, is Trisha like, yeah, I forgot about that. Like, I just want to know how Trisha feels seeing these particular videos. Like, it is a lot to process, and I definitely want to know what you guys think about all of this, what Ethan has come out and shared, what other people are finding clips of and putting things together. This clearly is just a really crazy situation, and all I can say is I just really feel for everyone in this family. There's clearly such a divide, and I really hope that they can truly work it out, because these issues are deep right now and they're all being worked out online, and we're all seeing it, and it is just like a fishbowl of family mess, because all eyes are on them honestly right now. There's nothing else going on, guys. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.